Power Rangers Dimension Jumping Chapter 4 Warriors World. A dimensional portal cracked open and Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, emerged onto a bustling street. Finally, gotta remember, walk into the dimensional portals, no running or jumping. Let's take a look. Mark inspected his dimension jumper, scanning the universe for a trace of Nephus, the Royal Blue Ranger, who had devastated Mark's team in Universe 20. No sign, Mark sighed, feeling the weight of his loss. Suddenly, a loud explosion caught his attention, drawing him towards the commotion. Hidden from sight, Mark observed a furious battle between three warriors in vibrant suits and a monster part machine foe. Let's see what happens, Mark mused, surveying the surroundings. That works. He looked at a 3-story building, pulled out his morpher, pressed the button and whispered, "Gonna besvicken." In a flash, he morphed into his ranger form and leapt onto the building for a better view. On the ground, the trio faced the mechanical menace. "Guys, watch out!" warned the warrior in blue, dodging a blast. "Shadow, think you can distract him a little?" he asked the warrior in black. "Consider it done, Jack," Shadow replied, blasting the monster with his axe-like weapon. "Sue, now!" Jack called, and Sue, in a turquoise suit, launched into the air, throwing a lance at the monster. Jack ran his hand along his sword, which lit up with energy. "Lightning strike!" he shouted, transforming into an energy ball that struck the monster. The other two warriors joined him. "Bring them together!" Shadow, Sue, and Jack combined their weapons, forming a powerful blaster. "Lightning blaster! Fire!" With a blast and an explosion, the monster was defeated, and the triumphant warriors celebrated. Meanwhile, on the building, Mark, his helmet gleaming in the sun, observed the scene. "Jack, we're being watched," warned Shadow. "Where?" Jack inquired. "Building, behind you." "Right. Move slowly. Sue, to the right. Shadow, left. I'll go up the middle." The warriors closed in on the building. Uh-oh, Mark realized too late as the three warriors surrounded him, blasters and axe pointed. "Who are you?" demanded Jack. Hold on. I think we're on the same side. I don't know how, but I can sense grid energy on you." "Sense what?" said Jack. "Jack, I think he's talking about the energy from the lightning crystal," said Sue. Mark removed his helmet. "Look, my name is Mark. I'm the Red Cornish Ranger. I come from Universe 20. Aboard a celestial spacecraft, Electron, at the helm of the mighty metal armada, was furious.
"If we continue this losing streak, the Emperor won't be happy,"
roared Electron, sparks igniting from his furious gaze. With a forceful strike, he obliterated one of his henchmen, Eratron.
"You're all worthless,"
he declared. From the shadows emerged a menacing figure.
"Perhaps I can be of assistance,"
said Lord Zed, casting an ominous presence. Back on Earth, in a covert lair, Mark waited anxiously. Outside, Jack engaged in conversation with the base commander, General Kirby. "Do you trust him?" General Kirby inquired, eyeing Mark. "To be honest, there's something about him," replied Jack. "Okay, find out what you can, and we'll go from there," ordered General Kirby. Jack entered the room, sitting across from Mark. "How long am I gonna sit here?" Mark asked. Not much longer. Don't think you're a prisoner, said Jack. The military's concerned, but you trust me a bit, considering I still have my morpher and jumper, Mark observed. Yeah. Let's start with these. You have a morpher? Metamorpher means to change, Mark confirmed. Jack revealed he's morpher-like device. We use transformers. They transform us. Tap into an energy that gives us powers and a suit, said Jack. Mark picked up his dimension jumper. This thing opens portals to the multiverse. Works like a scanner too. The energy is morphing grid, but different. Smarter folks in my universe would explain that. Probably to do with different quantum signatures, Jack explained. Mark looked confused. Yeah, kind of smart, Jack chuckled. So, why are you here? Jack asked Mark. Mark lowered his head. I'm chasing an evil ranger. She killed my team. Finding her is tough. I'm sorry. I've lost loved ones too. My girlfriend, Jess, and my brother, John. They vanished before I got powers. Even Sue, she fled her planet with Shadow, Jack shared. Why? Mark inquired. Forces we fight invaded her world. Now, they want Earth, Jack explained. Suddenly, there was an urgent alarm, and a guy with greasy hair burst in. Jack, there's an attack. I think you both should come and see, he explained. They nodded and followed the man. In a big command center, with monitors and computers all around the walls, Mark could see on a screen the attack that the guy mentioned. What's the plan, JJ? Said Jack to the greasy-haired man. It looks like, he started, but Mark interrupted. Zed. What? Said Jack. He calls himself Zed. The Lord Zed. I think he has an ego complex. Apparently, I did or will do something to him. It's a bit timey-wimey, to be honest. Timey-wimey. I get that, chuckled JJ. Can we focus here, please? Since you know him, it might be worth you helping, urged General Kirby. No problem. Happy to help, said Mark. Where's Sue and Shadow? Asked Jack. Out. We'll radio them to meet you there, said JJ. Right. So, what do you say? Mark asked. What do you mean? Said Jack. Well, I say it's morphin' time. Then have this code phrase for my powers, said Mark. Cool. Well, after you, Mark, said Jack. Mark put his hand behind his back while Jack pressed the buttons on his wrist device.
It's morphin' time! Kono Bisviken! As the energy surged around Mark, a red suit appeared and his morpher found its place on his belt. A gold shield materialized with the Cornish crest at its heart. A sleek black helmet with a white crossbow visor appeared on his head.
Lightning Warriors, power up! Jack transformed into the Avenger, a blue warrior with a full-face mask, and on his belt a thin saber gleamed. Teleported by the base, they materialized in a burst of energy on the distant battlefield.
Ah, Cornish Ranger. And who's your friend?
Growled Zed. I'm the Avenger, Lightning Warrior, declared Jack.
How unimpressive. Meet my new warrior,
said Zed, summoning a mix of armored rats and black-masked henchmen.
These are my new putties, and these are Trons. Your blue friend here knows all about them,
Zed sneered. Ratrons? Looks like your guys teaming up with Electron, said Jack. You're big bad, I take it, Mark asked, just as Shadow and Sue transformed into their warrior forms. Turquoise for Sue and black for Shadow. Their weapons were at the ready. Okay, Lightning Warriors and Power Ranger, let's do this. Zed signaled his henchmen to attack, and the four leapt into action. Shadow blasted at the putties and Ratrons, Sue right beside him. Jack and Mark charged at Zed, who defended himself with his staff, unleashing energy bolts. Mark skillfully dodged them. Mark, catch! Jack tossed his sword to Mark. Thanks. Mark using both swords to knock Zed back.
You won't win. Henchman!
Zed called, but to his surprise, nothing happened. Instead, Shadow and Sue joined Jack and Mark. Your henchmen are defeated, said Shadow. Yep, and you're next, Brain Boy, said Sue.
Brain Boy? The audacity!
Zed sneered. The Lightning Warriors combined their weapons into the Lightning Blaster, while Mark pressed his power coin, summoning a fully assembled Power Blaster. Ready? Fire! But at the last minute, Zed teleported away, leaving the battlefield in a flicker of darkness. Not long after, they raced to the waterfront above the secret base. Thanks for your assistance. I hope you locate the person you're searching for, Jack said, shaking Mark's hand. Mark, you are an honourable warrior, Shadow declared. Good luck, Mark, Sue added. Thanks, but before I go, take this. It's a dimensional tag. Call me if you need help, Mark said, activating the dimension jumper, opening a portal. Before Mark departed, Jack shared a revelation. Listen, Mark, I did some digging, and it turns out my family's roots trace back to Cornwall. An ancestor of mine arrived here in America and married a stone. Mark nodded and turned to enter the portal. May the power protect you, said Mark, and he stepped through the portal. High above, a man in a pinstripe suit observed. A portal opened behind him, revealing another man. Is this Ranger one of your universes, William? The suited man inquired.
It is indeed, Noah. It is indeed,
replied William. My people don't appreciate interference, especially from other dimensions, Noah said.
I cannot control where he goes or what he does, and you know full well I cannot interfere,
William exclaimed. Not a criticism, dear boy, just a fact. I know what happened. I don't object to the help, but stick to your universe for safety.
Understood. Anything else I can assist you with, Noah?
Said William. No, move on before my people notice. Be cautious. There are powers that won't take kindly to your approach, William Cranston, Noah warned. William nodded and entered a portal. Noah continued to observe the three warriors as they left. Jack Stone, things will get tough. You'll need all the help you can get.
Guest starring in today's episode was Ty Tiger as the Lord Zed and as the mysterious William Cranston.